mean, I remember as a teenage girl, I knew that tennis was my dream and winning Grand Slams, but as you grow into kind of a different area or a different stage in your life, you have many other values, and I think that's what keeps you going.
Maria, why did you choose a foundation that's centred on children and realising their dreams?
Growing up as a young girl and a child, I was able to live a dream, be part of something that I loved from a very young age, and I was fortunate enough, and I had both of my parents that guided me in the right direction to help me realize my dream, and with finances, with support, we traveled all around the world, and I was able to live my dream. I still feel like I live a big part of it today, and I know that there are many families that are not as fortunate, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, and at a young age, I think that's so important.
What was it like to leave home as a 7-year-old to go to the US and start becoming a tennis champion?
Being away from my mom for the first couple of years was quite difficult. I think you don't realize how hard it is until you have that distance from your mother. And my father was great, and he was there as much as he could, but there's nothing like a mother's kind of attention and voice and vision, and so I miss that a lot. And as I look back, I wish I had those 2 years, because even with that time, even though we have a really strong relationship, you always want to spend as much time with your mother as you can.
So how do you stay on top of your fitness when you are travelling a lot?
I'm trying to find ways and movements where I don't need a lot of equipment, where I just need a little bit of space. After traveling, I stretch a lot, and that can be done in a hotel room. You don't necessarily need a gym. And then, you have a few core exercises that I do, because when your core is strong, so many other parts of your body are working well.
Is breakfast the most important meal of the day for you?
Well, I like to eat, so it's tough to discriminate a meal. Breakfast is it's the start and it's the core. Breakfast for me starts with water. It's just waking up, and I drink maybe half a liter of water, just to feel like I started on a clean note and I cleansed my body. And having a solid breakfast, I think, gives you a good frame of mind towards the rest of the day.
What are the key foods or must-haves that you would keep in your fridge?
Well, I always have lactose-free milk, because that's how I like my coffee in the morning. And I don't like almond, and I don't like soy, so I always have to find lactose-free milk wherever I am. So I usually have a lot of fruits in my fridge. I always have sour cream. I know that's very random, but it's like a Russian thing, so I have everything with sour cream. It's like our ketchup.
If you were to pick the on-court fashion designer that was your favourite, who would that be, and what kind of pieces are they?
For me, it's not so much about a designer, but it's about finding a way, whether it's a material or a detail that maybe you don't see it right away, but when you're holding a piece, you're like, okay, wow, that was really well thought of. I think the quality of a piece is much more important than something that just pops or stands out.
How would you say you kept your focus and hunger for success alive?
I think just the passion I have for what I do. I mean, I'm able to set personal goals for myself, and whether they're sport related or not, I think it's one big bubble. As a person, you always try to elevate yourself, you always try to learn, you always try to grow, and I think challenges are really motivating. Challenges is what I think keep us growing and keep us going.